welcome to Remnant Mentalities. My name is Pritrice Lott. Pastor Angela Hendricks is the senior leader, pastor of Remnant Mentalities. Good evening. I'm just going to say a few encouraging words. I'm going to be coming from 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, 8 through the 17th verse. I'm getting ready to get started. We're talking about the king of Israel and I just went blank. The king of Israel and the king of Syria and the prophet Elijah. Sorry. Okay, now the king of Syria was making war against Israel, and he consulted with his servants, saying, my king, my camp will be in such and such place. And the man of God sent to the king of Israel, saying, beware that you do not pass this place. So the prophet Elijah was trying to warn the king of Israel, telling him where not to go, where not to pass, because he knew that the king of Syria would be there, the Syrians would be there, if I said that right. It said, beware that you do not pass this place, for the Syrians are coming down there. Then the king of Israel sent someone to the place of which the man of God had told them. Thus he warned him and said, watchful there, not just once or twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was greatly troubled by this thing. And he called his servants and said to them, would you not show which one of us is for the king of Israel? So he's trying to figure out who going back telling, are y'all for the king of Israel? Who going and letting them know my plans? He thought was one of his servants betraying him. But one of the servants said, none, my lord, O king, but Elijah the prophet, who is in Israel, tells the king of Israel the words that you speak in your bedroom. That's something, the words you speak in your bedroom. The bedroom is a place where you don't supposed to know what people doing in the bedroom. But God knows everything, sees and hears everything, even in your bedroom. So he said, go and see where he is, that I may send and get him. And it was told to him, saying, surely he is in Dothan. Therefore he sent horses and chariots and a great army there, and they came by night and surrounded the city. And when the servant of the man of God arose, this was Elijah's servant, when he arose and went out there, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, Allah, my master, what shall we do? And Elijah the servant, he answered, he said, do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them. So he's telling them, don't worry about them out there, because it's more of us than it is of them. Don't worry. Then Elijah, he prayed. He said, Lord, I pray, open his eyes that he may see, Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elijah. You know, Elijah, he was concerned. He was concerned about his servant. You know I've been in a position before where, you wake up to something, you surrounded by something. You will be scared if you don't have that relationship with God. Elijah had that relationship with God. He wasn't concerned about the danger that he was in. He's told the servant, do not fear. Elijah was concerned. He was concerned and wanted to remove the fears of his servant. Elijah wanted him to have that same peace of mind he had in the time of danger. We have to be like that also, because there's going to come a time that we're going to be in a place of things that's not comfortable. We're going to be surrounded by things that's not comfortable. We're going to be surrounded by things that don't look good, that don't feel good. But we have to fear not. Fear not. God does not want us to go a single day without knowing to fear not. I Googled it, and it said it's mentioned 365 times in the Bible to do not fear. And there's 365 days in a year. So every day, God is telling us, do not fear. I'm going to share some scriptures with you that maybe you can meditate on, because we're going to go through some things. We're going to go through some things in life, and we got to rest and be assured that God is in control over whatever situation we are facing or what we're in or what we're going to face, because there are going to be some trying times. It is. It's going to be some times where we're going to be in a dark place. And I'm talking to people that's in that dark place. We got to know that God is with us. We have to know, it says right here in Romans 15, chapter 4 verse, for all the things that were written beforehand were written for our instructions, so that through our endurance and through the comfort from the scriptures, we might have hope. These are the instructions in here. These scriptures, whatever we face and whatever season we in, we have instructions to go with what we're facing. It says in Deuteronomy 31:6, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will never leave us, y'all. He's not going to forsake us. He is there. In Lamentation 3rd chapter 57 verse, you came near when I called you and you said, do not fear. We have to call them, because we're going to be in some times where we have to call, and ain't nobody else we can depend on is with God. I even remember, going through, again, my cancer, I had to go through the surgery, and, just going through all of that, not knowing the unknown, if it was going to come out to be cancer. I didn't know. But I just wrote down Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Like Pastor Angela, I would say, you got to make those scriptures personal. And I made that personal. I remember the day before my surgery, I was in pain. And I just cited that. And I said, God, you told me don't fear. You told me you are with me. You told me don't be dismayed. I can't be dismayed. I can't concentrate on the things that was going on right then and there. I couldn't concentrate on the physical thing that I was feeling and what I was seeing. It said, don't be dismayed. And I said, God, you told me you my God. You said you would strengthen me. You said you would help me. You told me you will uphold me with your righteous right hand. And I stood on that promise to God to get me through. We're going to have to stand on God's promises to get us through the times we're going to have to endure. The times of the things that's not going to look good, not going to feel good. We are surrounded by so many things. Suicide, people killing themselves, mental health, death, financial issues, marriage issues, your children not doing what they need to do. We are surrounded by so many things, but we can't fear. We can't fear, y'all. God does not want us to go a single day without knowing to fear not, God, to fear not. Psalms 27:1, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Psalms 46:1, God is our refuge and strength and an ever-present help in trouble. He is a help in our trouble. We're going to have some troubled times, y'all. Some people are in some troubled times. If you're not, you're going to endure some troubled times. And just remember, during the troubled times, we can't fear. God will give us that peace. John 14, chapter 27 verse, peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world give. The world can't give us this peace, y'all. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. Don't let our hearts be troubled. Proverbs, third chapter. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding, but all in your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. God is with us. God is for us. We have to open our eyes. We have to open our spiritual eyes. We can't fear with the physical, the things we're seeing and we feeling. We got to open our spiritual eyes, and that's establishing a relationship with God. We got to have a relationship with God. Elijah wasn't worried about the danger he was surrounded in because he saw it. He saw God had him. He saw the angels encamped around him. The servant was scared because he didn't have that relationship. Elijah cared that much that he prayed and asked God to open his eyes so he can see what Elijah saw. So he can have that peace and that comfort that he know when nobody but God that had them. Again, we have to get ourselves prepared and ready. Just like we had a winter storm advisory. And, they told us to have your flashlights, in case the lights go off, food. They was telling us to be prepared. But we have to be preparing for the returning of God. I think Pastor Angela spoke that death is coming. Things are going to be coming against us. We got to be ready. God is coming. We got to be ready. I'm talking to myself. I have to be ready. I have to be preparing now. We have to get ourselves together. We got to get the things in order. We got to do the purpose God wants us to do. We have to be in the word. We have to pray. We have to study. We have to fast. I'm talking to me too. This is what we have to do. We got to be ready. It's so many things going on. So many people sick. People taking their lives. 12-year-old want to commit suicide. It's so many things that people going through and experiencing. But just know in your darkest time, God is with us. And he told us, do not be afraid. Even though I walk through the shadows of darkness, valley, and death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. You are my rod and my staff that comfort me. God will comfort us in our darkness. We can't fear. We got to get it together. And I'm talking to myself. I can't fear no longer. I have to stand on God's promises in his word. Because God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in our trouble. So just know God got us. God got us. We have to be intentional. It is a necessity to draw closer to God right now. It's a necessity. We have to. We got to know this word. We got to have the word inside of us. We have to meditate on the word. That's the only way we're going to make it, y'all. And I'm talking to myself. Again, I'm just here to encourage you that do not fear whatever you're facing. God is with you. He will never leave us nor forsake us. God is so good. I am so thankful to God for everything he has done and is doing in my life. So again, do not fear, because it says God does not want us to go a single day without knowing to fear not. So every day, fear not on whatever situation or whatever you're facing or going through. I want to thank you. Please share. Please subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed to Remnant Mentalities, there's someone that's speaking every day of the week. Sunday is usually Pastor Angela. She's there between 2:30 and 3 o'clock on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the social media outlets. So I just want to say good night. I love you. Please pray for me as I continue to pray for you.